I haven't done a conversation in like 2 weeks, maybe more. Feels like a long time. But it's time to bitch on the internet. Once again, it is time. It is time. Yeah, simple topic. We aren't culture warriors. We're just unhappy. We're unhappy souls. And maybe we're unhappy with the culture. Maybe we're unhappy with ourselves. I think it's a broader. Yo, what's up? What's up, Pete? I think this topic is a broader commentary on where society is. It's not just a. Make sure you hit the like button, Pete. Smash it up, kick it in the teeth. It's not to say that someone is personally unhappy or sad or any of that crap. It is, well, like, let's put it this way, it's not my cry for help. I think it's a broader commentary on where we're at in society. Is that we could be unhappy with movies, we could be unhappy with video games. Maybe it is a personal unhappiness. Maybe it is something in there that's not working. But I do think that a lot of the people who find themselves in the space are probably unhappy in one aspect or another. And I don't even think that's a bad thing. What's up, Angry Canadian? A lot of people might hear what I'm saying and say, well, you're just upset and you're jealous and you don't have the audience and you want to comment on other people. And I don't even think that's close to being true. Yo, what's up, Vex? With breakfast, it's 10 o'clock, girl, get up. I think people by and large are just unhappy with one aspect of their lives, and I think a lot of the people in the YouTube sphere, again, broadly speaking, is they're unhappy people. Some might be unhappy with where they are in their lives as far as like financially, career-wise. They might be unhappy. But I think it's something that we can all look at. And I think it's important to look at. What did Nasmer say? Funny you have this title. Gonna yap a lot. Bear with me. Oh boy. I'll try and read what I can. I always appreciate your yapping. But yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, I think some heavy criticism can always be, levied against some. Those people deserve the value from numbers. Yeah, and that's the thing is like, and it's a symptom of a much greater problem in a lot of society, is that the more of something that you have, the cooler that you are, right? Like money is the fact. Well, like the currency, the social currency in social networks is followers. People follow you. And that gives value to what you're saying. And maybe in some small respect, but just because you don't have 10,000 people, 20,000, 100,000, 1 million people subscribe to you or following you, it doesn't mean that what you say has any less value. It just means that less people know who you are. And I think people who are stuck on the idea that, well, you don't have that many followers, so you're not, like, what you say doesn't matter, or it matters less. And I truly think that's just low IQ thinking. It's the very, very basic way of thinking, and it doesn't allow you to expand your thought process one way or the other. It means the only thing I know how to do is count something, and beyond that, I don't know what to do. Which is sad. That's why, like, a lot of people get mad at me because I looked at that Dave Smith and Douglas Murray conversation as something really good. Like, I thought it, like, regardless of who you thought, quote unquote, won that debate, like, it was a great discussion because, well, it broke people, but it also exposed like how people think, the dichotomous thinking of the interweb. Jesus Christ, Nasmer, how the hell am I supposed to read that as I drive? What's up, Kenzo? I saw you come in here. What's going on, dude? Thank you so much, guys, for joining. I know it's been a bit since we've done the Carversation. I literally have a draft or two screenshots from a user talking about how he's ready to be on the front line. When are we fighting for the culture war? Then the contrasting screenshot, he's talking on his profile about much of a fuck up loser he is. That's what's pissing me off with the culture war YouTubers. They're selling a purpose which has a lot of sad, lonely people rallying with LARPs and holding the shield war brothers, when in reality it's just pain. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, totally. It's the problem. It's the problem with everything, right? It's one, or it's not the problem. It's one of the issues. What's up, Sketch? With everything, is that social media has become the town square of ideas. Here are your leaders, says social media. Twitter says, here are your leaders. Here are the people you need to listen to that are going to keep you engaged in this site even longer. And it's not, but there's not a whole lot being, but there's more people telling you how to feel about a certain thing. Again, it's not, there's so many people on here that, and I don't want to say there's so many people, social media is a bunch of people telling you a way to think, not necessarily how to think on a thing. And the people that I think that are advocating for like how to think on a particular subject are left in the lurch a bit, and they're made to feel largely less than because they can't take a stance on a particular thing when someone becomes divided on a particular subject. Yeah, and the fact that you can monetize it now, like, is an even bigger problem. Because it's all about rage. It's all about, and it's rage one way or the other. Like, it's rage in a way that, like, you're either really stoked about something or you're like really angry with something, you know? And like, that's like, moderation is in my opinion the way through most of this stuff. Like, we have forgotten how to cure the unhappiness within us. Because, I mean, think of the scenario this way. I'm unhappy with Hollywood. So the solution becomes rip into Hollywood and destroy or attempt to destroy everything that they do. When at one point or another, I don't like, so there is always a portion of that that's true. You gotta be critical of the things that are coming out. But in the sphere of people, like, say, let's say YouTubers, commentary, culture warriors, the solution could be, and this is, in my opinion, a better way to think of it, is I don't care for the current state of Hollywood. Create my own thing. Create my own thing. Create a parallel economy to what's there, knowing that this thing will take a long time. What's up, Sherry? I saw you were here. What's up, Krabby? I did see you were here as well. Hard to disagree on that. People want to belong. We're social creatures, and if that money isn't going towards their group, it's something. Yeah, I mean, my argument is that the group has become an ethereal thing that they don't have any real attachment to. So, like, while I want you guys to come every single time that I go live, if I don't see you here, I will assume that you're engaging in something more important to your real life, or maybe you're, but you could be elsewhere. Like, my overall happiness isn't tethered to the fact that someone's here, but I think a lot of people's attachments and happiness is attached to this like ethereal social network that Twitter and Facebook and Instagram has all created for you. Here's a bunch of stuff that you like. Because again, it's not what started off as a way to connect people has grown far from that. It becomes more of a, how do I keep people engaged on this site because I need to generate more ad revenue or, more revenue in order to continue to build this thing. And that's the other thing, is that, like, you start hearing people, and this is also true, you start hearing people, young kids, and Sketch just said this, that they don't even want to engage into real careers anymore. There's no one saying it's because they are losers on IRL, Shags. Let's be honest, if you have an actual life. Yeah, yes, of course. Yeah, I can agree with that. I totally forgot my train of thought is gone. Shit. Yeah, and it doesn't, and I guess it doesn't change the fact, Krabby, that people, that we've lost the ability to disconnect from this, right? And I'm lumped in with this. Don't think that I'm like absolving myself of any sort of guilt. Like I am involved with this thing. I am caught in the loop of all this stuff, and I'm not, and it's part of, and it is part of my own unhappiness with it, because I am unhappy with certain aspects of my life, and I take steps to mitigate that, but it's a thing that people are going to have a lot of trouble with, like when the cord gets ripped out and you can no longer engage this way. Holy shit. It's hot in here. Ooh. It will be catastrophic for most people. Oh, I remember what I was saying. Yeah, so the career paths that kids are wanting to take now. Yeah, I'll be in Vegas. Yes, I'll be in Vegas. The career paths that young adults, kids are wanting to take now are ones that are, I want to be an influencer. Like, and in my mind, there's nothing sadder than a kid, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be, like, even the people who are the most successful at it have come out and said, it's, like, it's not something that you just do. It's like most people fail at this. Most people don't make a living on this. I want more than anything for people to see the value in, and some people do, to see the value in their communities, the people that live near them. Getting to know your neighbor, the one that you've been ignoring for the past 5 years. Like, go knock on their door, bring them dinner. Hey, I just realized we don't ever talk. Like, I don't know you that well, but my wife made this awesome dinner. We had an extra portion. Would you like some, like, or don't even ask, hey, I made you dinner. My neighbor, they just had a new kid. So I think 2 or 3 times now, my wife has made dinner, like an extra, like 2 portions, and we've sent our kids over there to give it to them. We know them pretty well, but like the interaction, the social interaction is enough. It's always interesting asking kids why they want to be content creators, because every time the answer is something related to money and fame. Yeah. And the hardest part about this, this game is that this stuff starts at home. There's no solution, whether it be, it doesn't matter if you're a progressive on the left, it doesn't matter if you're a conservative on the right. The solutions that everyone is asking for and looking for are ones that take an incredible amount of time. It's to instill values into somebody, have them understand those values, live with them for their life, and then pass it on to their children. There's nothing more difficult, but there's also nothing more fulfilling that you've been able to, teach someone, like real value of a human, the real value of your time, the value of a career, even the value of money. Money is important, but it's not everything. It's not everything. You should, like, you need to make money to survive and to do things that you want to do, but it's certainly not necessary to. It's necessary to live only to the point that you need to, like, put nutrients in your body. Oh yeah, the term content, yeah. The worst part is when you entertain them and you ask, well, what kind of videos do you want to produce? And they say something like Mr. Beast's Skibbity Toilet or a culture commentator, yeah. Yeah. That's actually one of the most perfect analogies. Content, yeah, it is. It's just saying. It's just saying that, like, I want to make treats. I just want to make treats. I don't want to make. I don't want to make, like, I don't know. Yes, I understand your analogy, and I agree. What kind are we talking here? The shit that rots your teeth, that gives you diabetes. That's the kind we're talking about. And remember, this isn't shade thrown at anyone in particular. It's everyone. Everyone deals with this unhappiness in their life, and I think culture warriors, to some extent, have. No, I'll be there Thursday, Static. I'll be there Thursday morning. I'm driving to work right now because some of us gotta work. Y'all bitches taking a whole motherfucking week off. Some of us gotta work. Yeah. I think the culture war stuff is. I think the culture war stuff is better fought offline. I mean, point blank, period. The culture war stuff, like, there's no better, in my opinion, like, looking back on it now, the irony of fighting a culture war online, it's too fucking funny. And I was part of it. And I, like, in some small regards, continue to be a part of it. You need to fight the culture war offline. You're always going to have your people that will do it. The vast majority of people will have way bigger of an impact on the culture war off the internet, off Twitter. unless you're making something, it's retarded. Just yelling. We'll do it. Yeah. In the wise words of Dave Chappelle, I don't give a fuck because Twitter is not a real place. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, someone hit the brakes real quick. God damn, that's some rubber. Yeah, man. Twitter is not. It's not a real place. I don't mind culture war videos if they were actually efforted and had something of substance to say. Yeah. Like I said, there's some people out there who are putting out long form content, long discussions on things that I think people could benefit from. Because there's always, I mean, if you can live the majority of your life like out among your community, doing your work and connecting and raising your kids the right way, or doing something of value, putting something of value back into your world, then you're winning. And then consuming content off of that is fine too. It's the people who make their entire identity about the culture war stuff. Like, don't get me, that's what I'm talking about. People who consume this casually, like, that's fine. But if an idea gets brought up antithetical to what they believe, and it somehow sets them off in a way that, like, I can't believe you said that. What? That's when you know you need to take a step back. When someone says something that makes you go Ree! Then you need to just chill. No, it's not. I like I said, Krabby, I in some small respect I know that I am a part of this issue. I fall under the unhappy whatever. But it's not necessarily useless. I like that Snape is being cast as a black dude. I honestly haven't cared about Harry Potter in, God, how many years now? And I think, we've talked about it before. I'm not surprised because now you have James Potter picking on a black guy. So we have a nice, easy, we have some perfect race relations that we throw into Harry Potter that we're never an issue, but we can now. So it'd be cool. I just have not cared about Harry Potter in forever. But it's yeah. Did you guys watch? So this is an interest. So part of this discussion is a little bit related to the Dave Smith and Douglas Murray debate on Joe Rogan. Did any of you guys watch that? Go on, Harry, man. What you saying? It's just your boy Ron. Bum idiot, and I know you're unique. I don't even. What? I've watched some of the review, but I haven't seen it in its entirety. Yeah, it's interesting. As someone who doesn't, I guess I've always been on, like, mostly been on the side of Israel in this matter. So, but here, my thing with the whole issue is that when I watch something like that, the problem is that Douglas Murray is a bit of, in the English parlance, a bit of a cunt, right? Like in some of the in a more endearing sense, because the man is very intelligent. He's very well spoken. He speaks beautifully, and he often speaks with a lot of intent. Like I don't know if he says a lot of things he doesn't mean. I think at times during that interview he came off a bit like don't know if childish is the right word, but it was definitely, I don't know. I wasn't really expecting it, but I think Dave Smith lost the plot a bit because, and I think people leaning into like the whole trust the experts thing is like I totally understand where everyone's coming from when someone says, we need to trust the experts, and everyone looks back the past 5 years and they're like, well, not really. But what I gather from that is not just the simplistic let's trust the experts. It's more of a hey, there are experts in the field who do good work. A lot of their work is good. Have we been bamboozled to some extent over the past half decade? Yeah. But it's important that the experts have credibility. It is, on their part, important to garner that credibility back. But along with that, we should have people who are in that field because, and I think to Douglas Murray's point is that they can be very right on a thing, and if people are wrong, you also expose them for the frauds that they are. So either way, it's a win for information. Like the debate with Graham Hancock and Flint Dibble. Like, Flint is very obviously biased a certain way. I think he said some things that weren't right. I think there's been archaeologists that have come out and said, yeah, no. Dismissing all experts because a handful of them are corrupt is the same thing the progressives do with cops and ACAB stuff, Yeah. No, and that's kind of what I was, that's what I mean. There's problems with, in speaking with the healthcare system, but like that's not all the experts that we know, but like a lot of the experts that we've come to distrust have been in health over the past many, many years. But it doesn't mean, and also Douglas Murray's point of like being present within a country that you're reporting on, because Dave Smith isn't just a comedian anymore. He presents himself as a figure that's like, hey, I'm a bit of a historian on this. He might not say it explicitly, but he has gone on news programs to report on goings on in the Middle East. So you kind of have to hold the bag here, bud, that like you are reporting on it, and LARPing is a bit of an expert here and a bit of a historian. Like you should know, you should have boots on the ground. This does fundamentally change your perspective on it, because especially with like when he comes to talking about like the crossing points, when you say that a place is literally a concentration camp, or it's very close to a concentration camp, when especially pre-October 7th, this wasn't the case. Like these all change. And I think, and one of my friends, Aldous, an acquaintance on Twitter, and we've done a podcast before, even he said like the big problem with language nowadays is that people are just way too hyperbolic. Like everything people say, like they can't just distill down into like a real like objective like statement. Like everything is hyperbolic. Everything's the end of the world. Everything's a massive shithole. Everything is like cancer. When like sometimes it's a little cough. Sometimes it's just a bump in the road. I mean, I'm not dismissing some of the horrific acts that have occurred. Remember, nothing ever happens. Yeah. What was I saying? I kind of got caught there for a second. So, when something like a debate happens and everyone goes, oh, Dave Smith owned Douglas Murray. Oh, Douglas Murray owned Dave Smith. No, they both brought good points to the table. I think it was a very, very interesting discussion between two people who know what they know. I think Dave knows a bit less. I think Dave is masterful at memorizing things that he hears, and he reads well. And I think Douglas Murray knows what he knows because he's also good at remembering everything he reads, but he also experiences them, and that is also important. And to the people who are like, oh, you can't have a comment about the moon because you've never been, like, that shit is just weird to me. Again, it's not about learning anything online. It's not about hearing the conversation and understanding what both sides are saying. It's about getting your social currency points. Hey, look, I dunked on so-and-so. Look at all the likes I got. Look where I can't fucking cash them in. Look, I'm still fucking poor at home. Look, my parents still hate me because I still live in their basement. You know, it's wild. It's wild out there. But the biggest difference you'll see too is like you can, and I've done this, I did this really quick, but I scrolled through both of their timelines, Douglas Murray and Dave Smith, after the fact, the day or two after. A lot of the tweets was like damage control on Dave's side the following day or two, and then like a bit of like, hey, look what I did, look what I said to you, hey, I'm right. Douglas Murray didn't engage in that, which to me is a little bit of shows a bit of intellectual superiority. I don't have to get into that other shit. Yeah, and a lot of people who are like saying like, oh, we're in a culture war, especially if they're YouTubers, they would be, I don't know, it's probably a term at this point that is a bit of a pejorative, but yeah, I think people who discuss the culture war a lot, you could slot in there. My favorite part of the Twitter monetization checks is they monetize them are probably not even over $25, and 8 of that has to pay for Twitter Blue. There's some people making a lot of money. Some people are making a lot of money. I think they've reeled in what they monetize now, because I think some people were like raking in the dough for a minute. But I've seen a couple bigger content creators share their numbers, and like $80, $100, nothing crazy. But I know that they get decent engagement on their posts. So, but I think they reeled in the payouts for those. Because at first it was like everything. And like Ian Miles Chung was making shitloads of money stealing people's content, getting community noted and making money. And then they basically went back and were like, okay, if you're getting community noted, you're not getting paid. Oh yeah. You could honestly, yeah. It's really what it is. Look how much money you can make selling your body. Oh, just so you know though, those numbers are actually the 0.001%, the very, very top of our earners. Typically, you're making slave wages by, you'll probably be able to pay for that bottle of Code Red in your bag of Doritos with your monthly earnings. But please, put more pictures of your balloon knot on our website, because the internet is forever. Again, people who are defending, like, I guess in some small respect I'm defending OnlyFans, but people can do what they want. But people who are like adamantly defending the use and the need to have OnlyFans or to do it are just, they're extremely unhappy people. They haven't been taught, they haven't been given the tools to create value. They don't know how to. They don't know how to wake up and, you know, they don't know how to wake up and feel excited by having the sun hit their face, by like drinking a clean glass of water and just standing out and listening to the world, not even, you know, not just immediately poisoning yourself with a, you know, a bowl of like processed sugar. They can't just exist and be and feel how lucky they are to be in a place that they can do that sort of thing, but also, you know, just be in a place that's not war torn, that's not, you know, actually belittling to women, you know. What's that memes of destruction? Liberal white women is the most depressing group of people. Yeah. There was a really funny post I saw. This guy, he just like roasts people on TikTok, and he was like, he said that about liberal white women. He's like, liberal white women are just like the most oppressed group of people on the planet. Like, it's just wild. You would think sometimes that they are. And I see it because I spend time, you know, debating people on TikTok, and it's always like, if there's a white woman in a space that has a colored person, they're always like, you can tell they're like, oh, sorry, yeah, like, I'm gonna give up my space for you, like, I don't deserve a space. It's like, then get the fuck out of here then. you don't blow it, then get out of here, go, give up everything you have. I love Cecil's funny. I like him. Cecil's the kind of, if I had more IRL friends, like, him and I would get along really well. Largely because I used to spend a lot of time in, like, near the area where he lives. But, like, a lot of my friends were from that area-ish. So, like, I understand the brash humor that he has. The sort of, like, unforgiving, like, that's kind of how I am in real life. So I reel it in a little bit for YouTube. But yeah, Cecil, I think Cecil's hilarious. I know he rolls with a crowd that some of my audience doesn't particularly care for, but luckily I am my own person. Gotta think outside the box. 4chan got nuked? What? Yeah, and I love, like, watching Cecil get fucking plastered and just sort of, like, slowly, like it's always funny. I watched him down a whiskey bottle last night and still sharp as a tack. What's that, like, yeah, dude. That's the only thing I worry about with him, is that, like, he's gonna be the kind of guy, like, he's so dedicated to the bit that, like, he's gonna be dead, you know. Like, it'll just take a toll. Like, I don't know how he hasn't fucking, like, gotten, like, down in the hospital, like, how much he drinks sometimes. Again, it could be just that could be a bit. It could be fake. It could be just brown water, for all I know. But goddamn, that man could put him back, and he's hilarious. He really is. He's funny. 4chan got nuked, huh? I know BitChute was like, there's a bunch of stuff about BitChute. A rival image board hacked everybody, leaked all the mods info, proving some of them had government-fed emails, and the site eventually got taken down. Wow. How is anyone surprised anymore? I mean, it just goes to show, like, people were just so much happier. Well, I don't know. Maybe they weren't. Like I'm reading Lonesome Dove right now, the book, and like every single page of that book, it's a very interesting read because like every single day there's like a purpose that people wake up, right? Like when you're talking frontier US, right? Like you have to protect yourself, you have to find food, you have to, like, you know, they're cattle driving from Texas to Montana. They're trying to claim land. But like all along the way, there's a bunch of, you know, there's a bunch of shit happening. So it's wild because we don't have the same purpose. Life is so easy now. Some folks have too many days where they don't need to put pants on that day. Yeah, that's an interesting way of putting it. Like when I read books like Lonesome Dove, it makes me want to learn. It makes me just want to have like a bunch of like food to grow, because it's like something to do every single day. Like, how do I emulate that world? You know, I guess you gotta get some, you know, animals. You get some food to grow, to tend to. Start making a lot of your own food. I don't know. Then everything has a, you know, greater value to it at the end of the day, because it's not just, oh, I'm just gonna go get that. Well, I'll get something that I know is fresh and from my garden. Even that doesn't like totally alleviate everything, but you learn the value of the things that you have because you actually spent the time to make them, brewed them, nurtured them. That's why your kids are different. Like people would say, like, oh, I have lots of cousins. I raised my nieces and nephews. No, it doesn't. Like something that you, like a child that is yours is different because you raised that. It is a piece of you. Like moms, like they go through 9 excruciating months, give or take, of, you know, growing that baby inside them. The work continues outside, but then dad starts his journey of offering pieces of himself to his kids. A lot of times, mostly it's the boys, but like then that becomes a struggle. And then that person, you learn to value that person and where they will be, because that is like a direct reflection of you. So save me with the I raised my cousins and my nieces and nephews bullshit, because it ain't the same. It is. If at any point you can return that to its point of origin, it is not the same. Parents can't turn it off. Yo, Sketch with the 15. Thanks, brother. Says enjoy a drink in Vegas. On me, since I can't make it out there. No, man, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, dude. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to get out there and hang out with the boys. It's gonna be fun. I'm out there for 2 nights, so it's nothing crazy. But I leave early Thursday morning, so I got today and tomorrow my work days, and then no midweek hump this week. I gotta wake up at like 4 in the morning to get to the airport, so I can't be up till 1 in the morning fucking hanging out with you guys as much as I want to. I really do. But yeah, I have to get a good night's sleep tomorrow night. I might do. Yeah, well, my flight leaves at 6. It's only a 45-minute flight, so I think I land at like 7 o'clock local time. something like, because the clock goes back an hour, which is pretty funny. So I'll just be chilling like all day basically, because I can't check into my hotel until I think 2. So I'll just be bumming around with my backpack um, most of the day. Dex, I don't know when you're going to be around, but maybe we can meet up for some lunch or something. Um, but I'm super, super stoked. I'm super stoked to get there and just chill, man. I'm excited that Amarada and Sheep are getting married. I feel like I've been around for. I mean, I haven't been around for the whole relationship, but just seeing them grow closer together for a large portion of their relationship has been really great. They're just two awesome people, and to see them get married is great. And we get a killer lunch dinner at that Brazilian steakhouse. Can't fucking wait. I'm gonna eat as much as I possibly can. Be protein overload, boys. Fly out tonight. A bunch of us are doing a Wednesday, Thursday meetups before the G&G one. Nice. We have to let me know. No one's. I mean, I'd love to get together with people before if they're around, because I don't have anything planned, before the G&G meetup on Thursday. So they were originally thinking about doing a bunch of about doing some oh sweet about doing a dodgeball game, but I guess that fell through. It would be really cool if they had done the dodgeball thing. We'll probably have a Dick's Division breakfast on Thursday. All right. Well, like I said, I get in I think around either 6:45 or 7, and then I'll take an Uber wherever. And I'll probably have my laptop with me, so I might just sit somewhere and fucking write, or I don't know. I don't know what I'll do, but I'll do something. Yeah, Brahma and the wife are going. Yeah, add me to the group chat if that's cool. Like, I would love to. Like I said, I'd love to meet up with who I can. We should stay at the restaurant and feast all the way through FNT. Jesus Christ. I don't care what we do. I just want to chill and not worry about a GD thing. You know what's funny, Sketch, is that $15 is exactly one drink with a tip. So that really was perfect. Keep those carbs in check. I have to. I'll be drinking fucking Michelob Ultras all week. It's usually what I do. Or fucking White Claws. I'll go the Camelot route and just drink White Claws all week. It's the only way to save the carbs. I'll probably hit the hotel gym at least once. I honestly probably won't drink that much. I'll probably drink on the night of I don't drink that much anyway. Like, sad to say, but like I have like 1, maybe 2 drinks usually if I go out somewhere, because we got kids, y'all. I can't fucking hang. I can't take shots the way these fuckers do right now. No way. And I'll keep it 100 with you. I have no interest in drinking like that anymore. I drank like that in college, and that shit, like, it's just brutal. It's brutal on your body. And especially while, like, I've been watching my calories, I've been watching like what I put in my body for the most part. And like when you're not doing that all the time, your body is like, it's not meant to process alcohol like that. So yeah, can't do it. Won't do it. And plus, I would much rather be in a much clearer state of mind so I can remember people and not be a bumbling idiot. And you guys will want the same. And I know how I am when I drink, and I don't like it. I don't like how I get. I get stupid. I get so stupid. I have so many like scars on my body from just being dumb. Just being dumb. I was not a good example of anything in my like late high school, college days. Not even close. Not even close. So, um, but yeah, but no, I'm excited. I'm excited to meet Vex. I really wanted to do a live stream in Vegas. I don't know when we would do it, and I don't like. I could reach out to Salty, but I'm sure at this point they're booked, like on Thursday at some point. Because I thought, oh, maybe I can get a group together like earlier in the day on Thursday, and just shoot the shit for a couple hours, um, for 2 hours. But I don't know. I don't know what if that would be. I don't know if anyone would be because it's like as far as people goes, like I know that it's going to be me, Brahma, Riken is going to be there. Um, but other than that, I don't know. Well, Vex, you'll be there. I don't know. I could reach out to Matt and see if there's any time Thursday. But oh yeah, No Green Rocks is going to be there. Duh, and his mom. Maybe we should do a show with him and his mom, and you and me, and Vex. That would be fun. That'd be fun. We can just do a shagcast and talk shit for a couple hours. That would be fun. That would be fun. What I need is a secretary. Vex, you want to be my secretary? No, I require gin and tonics for payment then. That's actually, I can do that. I can do that. Yeah, I can do gin and tonic. Ooh, look at that Maserati. God damn. Too bad it's a fucking lime green Maserati. Your first job as secretary is to set up a DM group. Yeah, I'll see if Kadish I'll see if Kadish has some time on Thursday and see if we can scoot over there for like, because usually let us like in for like 2 hours. So maybe we can do something right before or like, right when they open or something. I don't know. Maybe we can do something. But it would be cool to get, let's see, me, you, Brahma, No Green Rocks' mom. So there's 5. You can fit 4 around the table and we just rotate in. We just maybe start with No Green Rocks' mom. If she wants to be on, she might be like, no, I don't want to be on camera. But we can start with that and then kind of go from there. But yeah, I'll see if Kadish has some room. They might be all booked up. Who knows? But I would love to do something fun. I wonder if I have to. No, I'm not drinking ranch this time. But I don't know. $50 a shot for the ranch was. We actually made quite a bit of money on that. That was wild. I can't believe that it actually. I can't believe people actually paid. Sender James May's gin. The Botanist, I think, is one of the better gins. That was disgusting. It's because you didn't think of it first. God damn. Just mad. Shout out to all the women out there who actually guzzle ranch anyway. Shout out, because y'all are the hero. Y'all are the real heroes out there. Anywho, Goes nothing, nothing. It's really hard to believe. Look at yeah. I want whatever that guy was taking, whatever he was drinking. That's what I want. Shout out to Gin Guzzler. No, no, no. I just need a Sonichu medallion and we'll be fine, I think. Just send me one Sonichu medallion. When I get to be like super popular and have like so many followers, I'm gonna get a PO box so you guys can send me a Sonichu. You don't want it. You don't want it the way you think you want it. I'm gonna take that Sonichu and make it like a good luck charm. Fuck y'all. The funniest part about the whole Sonichu thing is that those people are just degenerate scum anyway, and they use that as like the hey, look what happened. Ugh. Like, no, you're a vile piece of shit, and you use that as your scapegoat. No fucking way. You're just a piece of shit. You didn't need a medallion. You just suck at everything. That that useless piece of trash is no good. You were never gonna do anything good anyway. No, don't. Not because it's truly cursed, but because it's cringe. Yeah, yeah. That's why I won't buy it. Is because it's the most cringe shit I've ever seen. Like that's a character that my son made up. That's a character my son made up. My son just made a character called um uh Inspector Tennis Ball, and he's making like a graphic novel out of it. I should take a picture. It's so cringe. God will smite you for even buying it. It's so weird. Um, yeah. All right, guys. I'm at work. It's time for me to head out. No live stream. No midweek hunt tomorrow. I might do a live stream tonight just to hang out for a little bit, do a late night thing. But I think I don't know. We'll see. But I will be around in a couple days. I'm gonna try and get a spot at the Salty Nerd Podcast Studio. Hopefully, do something Thursday, maybe Thursday morning, afternoon. It'll just be a fun thing that you guys can either look back on or that you can watch live, depending on where you are. Either way, thank you guys so much. Thank you for the $15 sketch. Appreciate y'all for being here. It was a great conversation. We'll see you guys in a couple days. Some of you, and then the rest of y'all. We'll see you another time. Love y'all. Be good.